he'd requested that I stop the game and that they weren't allowed to play until they'd forked up the 24 quid that they'd owed the council. And I was like, they did not prepare me for this.
Just start by telling me your name.
Yeah, my name is Eric Edge.
And your age.
I'm 28.
And your current refereeing level.
And I'm a level 5 referee.
So, Eric, I believe you're quite infamous on social media, showcasing the role of referee. Could you just tell us a bit more about that and where that started?
So yeah, me and my friend Nick run a channel called Behind the Whistle, and it's basically just a social media platform on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, where we document the journey of what it's like to be a referee. So I qualified as a referee last February, and like anyone kind of in their 20s, when I looked for advice, I was looking online, trying to find videos of people who'd gone through the same experience, and there really wasn't anything out there. And so me and Nick kind of saw a gap on the type of content we could make, and kind of document the journey of becoming a ref, the challenges, what goes well, what goes bad, and just bringing like an honest take on the mistakes and the learnings and stuff. And I think, yeah, it's kind of taken off a little bit. People have enjoyed it for sure.
So you said that you became a match official last year.
Yeah.
Why did you become a match official?
So I used to play. I played both like full-time and in non-league. And then during COVID, it kind of stopped because there was no non-league football. I took a couple years off of the game, didn't play or anything, and then I was like, I really want to get back into it. And so I took the course, started refereeing, and after my first game, I was like, no, this is really, really enjoyable. So stuck with it.
So 18 months into the journey, whistle or flag?
Whistle.
Why?
I like operating in the grey area. The idea of the decision being absolutely correct or wrong, like an offside, I actually think is more difficult. I'm quite personable. I like talking to the players, and so that man management side of refereeing I really, really enjoy. The black and whiteness of being an AR I find more difficult. However, being a level 5, naturally I've refereed a lot more than I've been an AR. And as I move up the levels, level 4, I'll probably do a lot more games as an assistant, so that might change. But for me, I enjoy the speed of being in the middle, the man management, and it's a lot easier to not switch off as well because you're in the game the whole time.
How have you found that journey over the past 18 months?
Bit of a whirlwind. Yeah, I mean, the thing is for me, if I get into something, I really dive into it. Like if I get any sort of interest, like I'm a real deep dive and I really go for it. So as soon as I became a ref, it was like, okay, 7 to 6, 6 to 5, 5 to 4 as quickly as we can. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind. It's all happened very, very quickly. And then with the socials as well, that's kind of accelerated things. And it's a lot to learn, a lot to, I guess, take on and deal with. But ultimately, I really, really enjoy it. And the goal really is just to keep moving forward all the time. So, yeah.
Proudest achievement so far?
Yeah, that's tough. When I first became ref, I went out to Sweden to do something called the Gothia Cup, which is like the largest youth tournament in the world. So I went there as a new referee in the July, and I'd only qualified in the February, and I got selected to do a final of that tournament. And so that was really cool because I just started. I got selected to do a final out of like 400 refs. Only like 16 had been picked for a final. So that was probably a proudest achievement, even though it was just a kids' game. It was very enjoyable.
Target for 2026?
2026. The dream target is get promoted to level 4 and then get half a season promotion to level 3. But we'll see.
Best refereeing story?
My first ever game, actually. I was on a game in what's called the Forest where I live, and this very like quaint little village. And 20 minutes into the game, a member of the local parish county council walked onto the pitch whilst the game was going on to dispute the fact that the home team hadn't paid their rent. And he'd requested that I stop the game and that they weren't allowed to play until they'd forked up the 24 quid that they'd owed the council. And I was like, they did not prepare me for this in the course. I just thought it just sums up like grassroots football. Like it's such a, what's the right word? Like a down-to-earth game, like just like salt of the earth game. And I just thought it was so funny and something I'll probably never ever come across again.
Did the councillor get their money?
I don't know. I told him, look, mate, I'm not a debt collector. We're going to play the game. You're just going to have to sort it out afterwards. Yeah.
Is there anyone who's gone the extra mile on your journey so far?
Yeah, a few people. I mean, my wife, first of all, the amount of time that refereeing takes up, and we've got our first kid, she's definitely on the extra mile and helping me towards my goals. And then there's a gentleman called Gerard that I work with. He's an ex level 3 referee, so he was refereeing on like the Premier League reserves and the conference years and years ago. But we met because he was the fourth official for my first ever County Cup final appointment, and he'd seen the videos that we'd been doing and basically said that he thought he could help me as like a mentor. And so we've been chatting kind of every week after my games, and the insight he's had from refereeing at his level has been brilliant. And again, he had no reason to help other than the fact that he kind of believed in the vision of what we were doing, and yeah, it's kind of jumped on board and really, really helped me with that.
And if you go back in time to when you did the course, what advice would you give yourself now?
I would seek help from as many people as you can. Obviously, local FAs and the National FA do great work in terms of mentorships and getting people out to look, but ultimately there's just not enough people in refereeing to have somebody at your game every week. So the advice I would give is, as soon as you start, seek out those people that can help you, that can give you advice, because no one's ever done it before, right? By the time they go to the course, unless they've volunteered beforehand, which, you know, is great, but it's a very difficult thing to do. You feel very out your depth. So I would say just find people that can help you, and yeah, it's massively helpful.